but some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station. Ohio State football. Training camp report.
This report is brought to you statewide by Safe Light Auto Glass and Bob's Discount Furniture. Last year, offensive line was a position of much discussion because of injury and players moving around to different positions. New offensive line coach Tyler Bowen is working with that group this season. And certainly it seems as though he's got some depth and some competition to handle things.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's, I think a lot of times we look at things very linear. I wouldn't say it's that linear, and that goes back to my first comment. There is some depth, and certainly those two guys are a part of it, but we got to start honing in on where guys can help us and play at an elite level. And those are just two examples. So I don't know if it's just, a battle between them. I think we've still got ever-evolving battles within the group with guys that can, play tackle, play guard. We can mix things around, but we got to figure out that combination of the best five pretty quick.
We'll have more right after this.
Summer is here, and it's time to plan your style staycation with Bob's Discount Furniture, where you can find everyday low prices on the hottest styles. The comfiest Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, flexible financing to fit your budget, and fast, friendly delivery. So stock up and score everyday low prices, delivered on time all summer long at your nearest store or at mybobs.com. Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safe Light Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at SafeLight.com. Safe Light Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
As this year's offensive line starts to take shape for Ohio State, you can't help but reflect back to the work of Carson Hinsman. 2 years ago, a center, then moved to guard, and injuries and whatnot forced Hinsman last year to move back to the center position.
Yeah, just how blessed I was. Just, continuing to count my blessings. I never thought, that would be the case. I know going into Penn State with Coach Fry, I was like, I know you never played it, but you want to give it a shot. And I was like, shoot, why not? And through that, I couldn't have been more blessed. And then from taking over after Seth got injured, and him being there, still coaching me, not just like taking a back seat and working on his NFL journey, but he really sat back and helped me out, was a blessing as well. Being able to play with guys like with 2 first-round picks and 3 All-Americans, and Josh Fryer should have been All-Americans, so really 4 All-Americans. It was really, such an honor to me to be able to play with those guys. So I've been blessed to play with a lot of really great people.
This is Paul Keels on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Do the current economic times have you worried? Do the rising costs have you concerned about major expenses to your home? Let Roofing Done Right ease your mind. Roofing Done Right has over 30 financing options available, including no payment, no interest options until 2026. That's right, no payment, no interest options until 2026. Contact Roofing Done Right today at roofingdonerite.com. That's roofingdonerite.com for a free no obligation inspection and never pay full price for a roof again.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What is your next success story? At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can succeed again with more than 135 affordable online degrees and certificates to help you move your career forward. From cybersecurity and AI to healthcare and MBA, our programs help you build critical thinking, leadership, and communication skills that set you apart in today's job market. Apply now and save with no application fee through September 3rd. Visit umgc.edu to get started. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Have an extra car just taking up space? Dealer not offering enough on trade? Turn to Tom Cater Auto Sales. At Tom Cater Auto Sales, we buy cars, paid off or not, with no appointment needed. Whether it's an extra vehicle or you're just not satisfied with your trade-in offer, we've got you covered. Visit us at the corner of Lasky and Douglas or call us at 419-475-1700 for a quick appraisal and competitive cash or trade-in value. Tom Cater Auto Sales, where selling your car is easy and rewarding. TomCater.com.
Forward Falcons fight for victory.
Put 6 on the board and make it 27-17 Bowling Green. Yes, sirree, baby.
Don't miss a single moment all season long. The Falcons open their season at home against the Lafayette Leopards. Join us Thursday, August 28th. Our coverage begins at 5, right here on your home for Bowling Green football.
Here on Toledo's home for the Falcons, ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
What are you doing here? Business.
I'm the champion of the world, and nothing can be done about that. I can't be beat, and I won't be beat. This time I'm going to train even harder. There won't be no quick knockdown.
Because the beating that you got from BCSN. I should have killed you, kid. You didn't.
This country wants to keep me down. They don't want a man like me to have the title because I'm not a puppet like that fool up there.
He's just another fighter. No, he ain't just another fighter. This guy is a wrecking machine. And he's hungry. Killers like this guy. He'll knock you into tomorrow.
I am ranked number 1. That means I'm the best. Get out my face. And you better get that bad look off your face before I knock it off.
Hard words from a hard man.
Nothing is real if you don't believe in who you are. I reject the challenge. There's no challenge.
Don't listen to it. No, do listen to it. When this is over, a lot of folks are going to owe you an engraved apology.
What's your prediction for the fight then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Pain.
Absolutely. On a Friday tune. Okay, yeah. Straight to the moon. Whoa. How we do with that? It's Gang Star, baby. Come on through. Come on. I like this. Fastest $120 in sports. We might as well run out of here into the weekend. Oh, well, it's a Fluky Luke Friday, though. That's the thing. Appreciate you guys for being here. We try to stay away from gray areas on Black and White Sports, and we appreciate you allowing us to do it. I am Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham alongside in studio as always, live from the south corner of the Glass City. Good afternoon to you, my good friend.
And
I was to say buddy. I don't like friend. I can't throw that out. Sensitive word.
On that note, good Friday to you. We're just 1 week away till high school football begins.
So is that the highlight? You say that every day. Like as though you say that almost in the same vein as the NFL is about to start. Is that what you mean? Because I find a place to start an argument with you. I understand it's a lot of parents and stuff. People want to see the kids play. I get it.
It's all about the anticipation when sports really gets going after a summer slumber, and just can't wait.
Okay. Well, the question might be though, how come and at about you and a lot of other people like you? Because I'm gonna remember this because you keep doing this. The last couple of shows you've taken the liberty to say, as if the high school back thing we didn't know, but okay. Now about, I guess, October or so, I'm gonna need you to still be acting like that. Like, hey, today is today's. That's all. Even if Northview has a rough one, we don't know. We don't want to disparage those young men over there into having a rough year. But I'm just saying, I want you to still be. I'm gonna ask you. I'm like, Josh, remember when before it started, you kept saying everything. Oh, it's about to start. All right.
I have no illusions how Northview's going to do. I mean, they can't be worse this year than they were last year.
You hear that, Wildcats? See this? This is your alum in here, Josh Burnham. He loves you.
Tough love.
All right. Fresh. Okay, yes, it is. It's a Fluky Luke Friday because it's weird because even though Josh is saying this, like, yes, we're getting to the high school frame, and sure, that's exciting, and it will be reliable where, certain conversations are concerned moving forward. But again, not necessarily an explosive day. Sure, there's a little bit of action tonight on the preseason slate. Yes, the Lions will play over the weekend, tomorrow to be specific. Now, the WNBA is pretty fortified tonight. If you're into that at all, it will be robust. MLB, not sure what you want to do with that exactly. If we just were to keep it local between the Reds, Guards, and the Tigers, I don't know how, jump up and downy you might be about maybe, heading in to this weekend as the Tigers are in Minnesota, the Braves up here in Cleveland, and these Brewers, though. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's our angle, Josh. Tonight, the Reds hosting the on fire, Milwaukee Brewers.
The Beer Boys from Milwaukee. I have a feeling that their suds are going to be deflated.
Well, with that, you know what I mean? So, I thought that I might be able to do some things that maybe we don't normally do around here as a result of that. But certainly we can begin with this jazz about the Wolverines. I'm not exactly sure what to do with this because the way I even wrote it in my notes, Josh, I put UM gets the punishment? Question mark. Okay, a little bit more money. What
the hell is that?
Another game next year for, Coach Moore we'll project out. I think it says something about 26, and somewhere but down the line, right? In terms of him sitting out, but there'll be one more of those. And then thank you, Brother Schaefer, for shedding a little bit more clarity on it. And I had heard it. I did not know it was referred to as the show cause penalty. And essentially kind of like what we do in the media, kind of non-compete. When you work for one TV station for a while and they know, your talents, you can't just jump. You can't just go jumping from, I would put it this way. When Jeff Smith jumped from, respect to the great man, I like Jeff, but when he jumped from 13 to 11, trust and believe there was probably some frasco in there with respect to his non-compete thing. Because when he goes over again and they have him at 11, they know this is going to crank things up by bringing him aboard, et cetera, et cetera. So they'll try to block that because they become, it's your competitor. And, it's a simple way to kind of put that. But, they can't work apparently through the NCAA or maybe, other universities, whatever. And in Harbaugh's case, that doesn't count for anything in terms of the guy being penalized. Moore's good, won't be looking for any job maybe anytime soon. We hope, we'd like to believe. And as far as Connor Stallions, okay, I'm pretty sure he was probably kind of cool on this industry, maybe, or had found greener pastures, perhaps. Even in his infamy, he might be doing well because he was the infamer in this world. This world celebrates the cheater, the liar, the stealer, and the killer. That's who wins in this world. If you didn't really pay attention to it, check it out. Some of your favorite people and stars and teams are based in hell. And they don't even apologize anymore. It used to be a disguise. Nah. Because you realize Puff is going to come out and it's going to be a big show and he's going to take it back over because now he's more interesting than ever. And it actually might even be some sympathy play because it seemed like a witch huntingness in all this. Because I still never got anything on a sex traffic. Just a side note. We're not going there, but I just wanted to put a side note. Not, because again, Lord knows I'm not really condemning people that's into freak offs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that that's a crime, but hey, I'd never heard anything about selling of folks and doing this with children. I didn't get that. So because of that, it looks like all of this was almost for naught. But again, the liars, the cheaters, the stealers, and the killers will reign supreme. So there you go. And it looks like, I guess that's that, Josh. Any thoughts on the Wolverines? Do you feel as though that was, I don't know, what were we looking for? What was supposed to happen?
I guess,
what was supposed to be the situation?
I'm probably thinking like, other than the monetary fine, they were looking to like maybe give them a postseason ban or something. That's at least, or I'm not going to think they're going to give them the death penalty like they did to SMU, but at least like a postseason ban and say that the other teams were effective, but we didn't get that.
Listen here, not right now. The politics of that, I guess maybe, but the fact that the Big Ten right now is really, pretty large and in charge when it comes to the national scheme. That's still being largely under discussed. That as much as, isn't the SEC supposed to be the big dog in football? Even with all the movement. I understand there's been a lot of movement. They're like, oh, they realigned the country. Got it. But aren't they supposed to be still the big dog? They haven't won anything. So, different conversation, different time. But hey, we're in here. It's a Fluky Luke Friday. All right. Let's see. I don't know, Josh. Let me see. What can we do? I guess we can do a makeshift ring the bell. I think everybody played last night. Everybody did kind of. There was some. I don't know if all three teams, they might have played.
One of them was off, but we'll find out.
Yes, absolutely. So we can do that, and we shall. Because I was actually there talking to my guy earlier. I didn't really jump in the chair, but I did stop in. We had a word. It's always good to caucus and fellowship with my man, Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist, who brings us Ring the Bell.
Want to ring the bell?
All right. Ding, ding.
Portion of Ring the Bell brought to you by our man, Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Ladies, we begin with our Border City boys in a final 11 inning, we might say, cruncher, right? 4-3 over the Twins, but this is a quality win. I don't really want to understate this, if I'm being totally honest, based on what's been going on and the type of performances, or even when the Tigers lose. It's been weird considering the way this first half has gone, and I really hope we're not getting ready for like a reverse fortune on last year, because if you guys recall, last year it started out janky lank. And nobody saw it. There was no talk. We were not in here acting hype. And then suddenly it was creepy leapy. And then it kept on being walkie-talkie. And next thing you know, it was soupy loopy. And all of a sudden we was in the spot and bam, right? So now this is getting frightening because again, luckily, like I said, we have at least a night where Tigers win, Guards win. But again, 4-3 your final in 11. That's a big win. Twins, no punk either, especially at home. Tonight will be just as interesting, I would imagine. But go ahead, Josh Burnham, because I want to get to these Guardians.
Yeah, as after 3 innings, the Twins jumped out to a 3-0 lead. But then in the 4th inning, Riley Green hit a 2-run homer to cut the lead to 1. Colt Keith singled to center to tie it in the 6th. And then in the top of the 11th, Gleyber Torres, it's Gleyber Day, as he hit a sacrifice fly, scoring Colt Keith, giving the Tigers the 4-3 win. And looking at the figures, Montero got the win in relief. He's 1-0, and Scoopel got the no decision.
Oh, that was the other part. I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't mean to cut you off. You just jarred my brain real quick, because that was really a talking point. Oh, that was a bad Scoopel last night. That was a bad outing for sure. Only 3 Ks, if I'm not mistaken, and I knew his bet numbers, his prop numbers were way fluky. They were last night as we come into a Fluky Luke Friday. Schoolboy's night was certainly that. But what it means is I pointed out to you guys listening to this. This is why you do it. If you don't love our charming personalities and glowing faces, no. You listen for these moments. Get all over the next Schoolboy. Watch the next one. Watch his next outing. Somebody's getting blazed up. Like Exit 11. You understand me? Catch that.
High time.
At least 5 of them. At least 5 of them daddies is your basement. You might get silly and get your 8 or 9 of them boys off. Remember, Schoolboy, in a few days, lock that in. Find the calendar now. Go find your calendar. Get his next start. Mark it, circle it, and say, thank you, Sav. You're my cat. Say my dog. I don't really like cats because I'm allergic to cats, and I don't want to be associated with the cats. Not that cats are, but I don't really do that like that. Cats are bad. I can't be at your house if you got a cat. All right, let's go. Guardians, to this. Again, now what's been going on, everybody, for those who don't necessarily tune into this and not following this, maybe you don't care about MLB, but we're getting down to this time of the year where the whole thing is about to get very red alert. And the guards keep, I guess, flowing in the rhythm of we want to make a statement. And so here they go. It's been nothing but momentum since the break. And last night, no different, 9-4 over a Florida team who, again, had them in the hole. See, that's the part that I noticed because the bet was Marlins were supposed to win this. It was a quality money line, value all over the place, and yet the guard said, F nah. 9-4, and because after they tied it at 4, it was all she wrote, and that's interesting that, again, like I said, if there can be statements here, the Guardians are really acting like they want this to continue the way it's going. So I'm just saying, everybody, buckle up. We got Detroit, we got Cleveland. It's really starting to be a thing.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez went 3 for 4, scored 3 runs to lead the Guardians' attack. Tanner Bybee, got the win in the as a start. 9-9, 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 5 and walked 4. And K. Smith got the save in the 9th. 1 1/3 inning, got the last out, and Guardians inch closer to a possible wild card position.
There it is, and that's the ring the bell from our man Anthony Butler, the master barber and stylist. Ladies, Reds were off last night, as we mentioned, in action tonight. Game 1 of this weekend slate with the Brewers. Very critical though, and you're getting ready to find something out about the Reds and how serious you might be able to take these guys down the stretch. And I'm telling you, my advice would be plug in there too in Cincinnati. It's not going to stay as topsy-turvy as it has been. I think this weekend they make a statement. If they can slow these Brewers down, it matters. And to be honest with you, the Brewers need to be slowed down real quick though, because I don't think this type of streak at this juncture of the year is conducive to what they need to have happen. And that's just the fact. And I'm not dissing what they're doing. They're playing. They're going to always say, you don't ever want to stop playing great baseball. No, you don't. But you can't imagine, you know what I mean, being able to carry the type of momentum they seem to be establishing. I'm just a little concerned. You know, I don't know how you play that. Major League Baseball, I don't really know what the formula is for that. But this weekend will be critical for a lot of reasons. Also, too, if they can stay focused, if they run through Cincinnati and say they sweep the Reds right here, like right now, then I would say these boys are deliberately dangerous. And that's interesting in the game of baseball. So, again, like I said, it's still late, but still kind of very early at the same time. So it's going to be interesting. So maybe that is where the juice is at for the weekend. Reds, host, Brewers, real deal. Maybe we should get on down there. Josh, we should get to a ball game. How come we never went to a ball game, Josh?
I've been working.
I got you. All right. That's what it is. Sit tight.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Lakes Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, report of an accident. Turnpike eastbound just after 280. Also, lots of slow going 75 southbound around La Pleasance in the Monroe area. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Residential and commercial customers have called the Genite Company when they needed to have any blacktop or seal coating work done. But now Genite is going to use their paving and construction expertise to offer customers concrete. So now when you think of the Genite Company, don't just think of blacktop and seal coating. They're now adding concrete to their mix for customers all around Northwest Ohio. Call Genite to schedule any estimate for any concrete work you need. 419-531-1791. Genite.com.
You into some metal? Well, good news. Online Metals is right here in Toledo. They're a giant super center for metals with steel, copper, aluminum, and more. They've got big saws with huge pieces of metal in stock, which they'll cut to your exact size. Their metal is new and high grade, all of it from top-tier mills. To order, go to onlinemetals.com and pick up your order the next day. Cuts and metal certifications are free, and you don't even have to tip. Onlinemetals.com, your Toledo Metal Super Center.
Some measure success in dollars, others in victories. At K&R, we think beyond the numbers. Behind every statistic is a person who needed someone to stand up and fight or to lend a helping hand. Hurt in a car? Call K&R.
Y'all know the Brown Trigger word. So we get back to the bench. I'm like, man, you the best player out here. Stop being you go play.
I said that, man, and I got kicked off the Lakers, so I know how you feel.
I got benched for the whole game, bro.
Bro, that's what happened.
It happened on defense. Huh?
It happened on defense. And I was like, yo, you got to get back. And he got mad because I said something. And I was like, yo, stop acting like a bitch, man. God damn.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with us.
All we doing is talking. It ain't like I'm trying to come at your manhood or anything like that.
I didn't call him a bitch. I said stop playing like a bitch. Okay. So I did my job. I paid for it because I got benched, but I did what I was supposed to do. Same thing Udoka said. He got mad about that. We all know the Brown Trigger word.
Yeah, that is a trick.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Back in here, 100.7 FM ESPN in the Glass City. Welcome back into a Fluky Luke Friday on Black and White Sports. How are you doing? One and all. Lovely day. It's back on blaze outside again. The temperature is extreme again. And I got caught up again out here in these damn cotton ass sweatpants. It happened again. I'm like, dude, man, I've been moving. Listen here, I walked out of the door at 5-something a.m. So whatever. So what I'm saying is my maneuverability had been in play since then, you know, with the 429 rise in action, right? So there you go. So yes, by the time the sun went bonkers, my damn legs is in here on blaze. Right. For real. You got it. All right, man. It's all bad. But yeah, it's about 100 degrees outside, everybody. But the sun is explosive. Okay. So hopefully the weekend plans have been set and formulated. Good luck with that. Be safe. Don't kill anybody. Please. Josh, what you doing this weekend?
Just hanging around at the house, just taking it easy.
It's always a question I ask him people, and I have to take a deep breath and say, what is going to happen? When you throw it out, you don't know.
And I might take in a Mud Hens game this weekend.
Can you slide over and get in the camera though? Thank you, because that was making me really. It was crazy looking. Sorry, I just happened to notice. All right, back in here. Let's do this though before we slip up and mess it up. Thank you to a couple of kind and generous organizations who actually care about service to the community. Like who? The people at the Bassett Nut Company, formerly Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. Yes, 5307 Monroe Street in that Bar 145 Plaza in conjunction. That's on one side. Again, Bassett Nut on the other. You remember the Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn, little wedge right there in that little cut. Well, all of that's in the side of the right in Bassett Nut Company. So all of these tasty items, treats, and so forth for your Gridiron Gang parties. Plug in. Even though there's a lot of pastels on the walls, fellas, don't let that fool you. Or send your wife to get what you need to get, but let her know that you listen to Black and White Sports. Rachel will appreciate that. Also, we mentioned before, our man Anthony Butler. It is a Friday. He's the master barber and stylist. Ladies, 419-407-0880, 5107 Monroe Street, just down the block from Bassett Nut, Suite A, Unit 303 in the My Salon Suite. That's adjacent to Fresh Time. Actually, the next door neighbor, the farmer's market. So make sure you get yourself together. You can't go wrong with the master barber, especially if you're new to town. Again, Anthony Butler, 419-407-0880. And my good friends at Consign It Home Interiors. Change your decor without spending more. 6925 West Central. I would imagine you might want to make an addition to your garage, cave, basement situation, whatever, right? You guys are probably sitting in the couch so long, the old one you had from last year. So replace that. No need to go to the brand new furniture store and do the whole plastic and do all that. That's not necessary. Get the same fine, again, accessories and items to your situation. Hang out with my friends. Tell them hello, Black and White. And Powell's Beauty Supply, Josh, 901 Nebraska. And as you know, small business turned big business is always the foreground around here. So thank you very much to my good family at Powell's, who have actually supported everything we ever did at Savvy Television. So we want to salute that. But yeah, we're getting into it, man. Like Josh said, next week, though, it begins. Next week, it'll be a little bit more festive. All of that talk in week one and the new look, institutions, see what the Knights look like now with the target on their back.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the team that we didn't see that has put together a different roster? A lot of chicanery goes on around the area with respect to movement and kids. It's as though it's some sort of professional league with where do they go to school this year? Who's playing on what now? Matter of fact, as I mentioned, St. Francis, they got the kid again from Ottawa Hills. I was talking about that. We have a staff here at Cumulus, Josh. So in a way, I feel like that should be an excellent source for info moving forward. But transitions and so forth. We got all that going on with the young people. But we're here, everybody. Glass City gets revved up. Football season upon us. But just the fall in general, kids back out of the way to some degree, at least for several hours. But in this world, it doesn't necessarily curtail the hijinks and slapstick comedies that take place with the youth. I imagine it has not slowed at all. All right, Josh, give me something. Quit sitting there. What you gonna do? You sitting there? Are you in it?
Yeah,
I'm not letting you get away with that. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna let you now. We're gonna watch you.
Yeah, I was just thinking, formulating my thoughts about the forthcoming high school football season. I mean, the thing about St. Francis, they had a nice season last year. Can they do a repeat next year, like build on that success, or will they take a step back? Or you're talking about teams that you don't expect to be good this year, but be a surprise.
But can you say that, though? Are you allowed? The question is, are you allowed to say that in this community?
Well, I think
some teams are going to suck. Your kids are going to be on some teams that are trash.
I know.
And you got to go sit at every one of them. Bing.
It's going to be a long season for some.
And you hate it. You know what sucks is if you don't enjoy it to the utmost, you have a problem. Let's tell you. That's what this show. Let's do that. I wonder, we should have a segment. Look at her face. Look at mom. I'm embarrassed. My son isn't sweet. Right, because you want a Facebook and you can't. Yes, that's it. That's it. We don't have enough reality TV. That's the problem. You know what? Yep, everybody can't win now. And guess what? Most of the reason for that is because there's no example of discipline to follow. So how would they know how to figure out how to win something? But you expect it to just happen, and you can't figure out how come the coach doesn't trust your kid. Let's get on that. We're at that time of year. We're back. Here we go. Yeah, some of the teams are going to be horrible. Oh, but what you like watching is people that sit up and lie and act like your kid is great. Why? Because we need ads. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out. I don't know. Imagine if we had a television network that basically ran a bunch of chicanery and shuck and jive and said everything they could that was not really a genuine comment, which would actually be helping your kid get better if, in fact, that's the dream they had and wanted to attain it, because it's a highly competitive space out here in the world. And so coming from here, it's even more detrimental that you be extra disciplined and extra determined and extra deliberate in your delivery. But that's not where you're sold here. And here we go for another installment of let's get out here and act like this is a real use of time because we helped make it weak. But we don't like that. Parents. My bad, Josh. You didn't ask for that. You wanted to talk about high school football.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, Clay had, for instance, Clay had a nice year.
Mhm.
Can they really surprise
They were competitive,
by
yes.
taking it to another level, like maybe
Well,
state final level or whatever? I mean, who knows?
how about this? That is the intrigue for me. That's what I do like. I like to see, well, did the young men at Clay make the necessary sacrifices during the off season to elevate themselves to a place where it's warranted that we talk about them and we celebrate their efforts. Okay? Not that everyone shouldn't get an okay for finishing the season. That's right. There's something to be said for being on teams and staying committed until the end of it. Absolutely. But again, somewhere between that and the excellence everyone likes to brag about and certainly show off all their children on, there's a gray area that should be removed that could actually be curtailed if people really were about what they wanted it to be believed it was they were about. But hey, here we go. Like I said, another season. Put it this way. We can move on because the real truth in the matter is this. Someone will complain and someone will say it's this and recruit this, and we don't like how the teams get put and people are able to jump out of neighborhoods now, and then this day and age kids can go places and go do all this and people can talk to kids. But when they get there, isn't it a little peculiar? How come Central is just wins every year?
Funny you should bring up Central because that's another question I had in my mind. Central has a really buzzsaw of a schedule this year, the toughest in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
No opponent is a cakewalk.
Right.
The question is, can Greg Dempsey and his boys from Cherry Street are ready to
tackle that schedule, right, Josh,
Yeah.
and deal with that opposite? You know why you feel like we'll take our damn chances is because we can rely on what is tried and true and the discipline and, again, the honor associated with it. See, the beauty of that situation is, sending your son to that, it's to upgrade. So my son can be, now, if your son can get on there and stand out, oh, well, then we cooking with grease then because your credentials precede you. But see, that takes a lot of earning and that takes a lot of consistency. And in order to be consistent, there are just certain fundamental factors that are never absent, no matter who you describe, on what level and what activity. There really are. And trust and believe, it ain't my opinion or any of that, but we can check the research on anything you want to see. We just got done talking. There's something that the Milwaukee Brewers are doing collectively that they have. I don't know if it's turned a corner. I don't know what it is, but there's something about, you can't run 13 straight and it's just happenstance. Now, baseball, you could tarnish it maybe because they're playing these series, but I might argue, isn't it harder to beat somebody every day? And you got to come back and you got to play them for the next 3 to 4 days. I don't know how you look at it, but I know how it translates and how it reads. It says that they've won 13 straight. And going for, as we come in here now to Cincinnati tonight, can we continue this? So we say, so this brings me to really a wager conversation. Thank you for being with us on Black and White Sports. We're up at this next break. We're about to take it. So thank you guys for being in here. 877-909-1007. If you want to chop it up, send me a text. It's always good on a Friday. But, that's why I say it's critical. We were in Ring the Bell and we were saying this is why, because for the Reds, if you can stand up to these boys coming in, because they're coming into your crib. So we really want to put a halt on all this because right now, Major League Baseball is talking. These guys, there's too much attention with these cats. They starting to feel cocky. Since when did we have to deal with the Brewers? I haven't seen anything of this mentioned. There's no Robin Yount around here, but something is cooking right now, right? So we got to see if I'm Cincinnati, that's the way we want to go into this weekend. Let's see, but let's find out where we're at because, again, with any potential wild card considerations or what have you, there's going to be some form of a face-off. We got to figure out where we are. And so here we are now, getting ready to be late August. So all things matter moving forward. Even if let's call it a tone setter, because I don't know how many times they face each other again, Josh, after this weekend. You know what I mean? But this will be looked at as a series that might mean something. Like if we put it this way, if we find ourselves saying later that the Reds took off in a place and they started to get their ish together, there was that Brewers series because they were able to gain some confidence. Now, the Brewers, if they conversely can come in here and mop these guys too, then that means they're really not effing around here. And they know exactly in a very conscious mode that we intend to seek and destroy anything that comes to us. And you like it. Either way, you like it. It's a good series. That's what I'm saying. I don't never really pump the baseball like that on you into the weekend, but I'm not mad at it. I'll be tuned in because I got to bet. I mean, so I have money. I got money on it now. I'm just saying. That's why I'm locked in on it. That's why it probably sounds like that. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the Brewers too. Best record in all of baseball, but there's a little bit of that little guy in the back of my head telling me it's the Brewers. They'll find a way to stumble and fall like they always have because it's the Brewers.
Well, but we don't see, Josh, but this is what I'm saying. We don't know. See, let me go ahead and say this. I've been saying this with respect to the NFL. What my true assertion is this season is that we're going to have a relative changing of the guard throughout. In other words, almost like your scriptures, if you will. The last shall be first, the first shall be last. Like right now, the Chiefs are comedy to me. I don't care how many productions and documentaries we run. You guys got dragged like some sissified Danskin wearers in the doggone championship. And everybody saw that. And Travis Kelce's hair was awful and it didn't match anything that looked like it should be in a Super Bowl. All those things were real. Now, it seems like he's come back. It seems like he's awakened and everything seems fine. And it looks like on the surface, it should be lethal. I just don't believe it, though. But that's them. Forget them. Let's not make too much of that because it's going to be too crazy, too much pushback. But all people that you all thought were like cold, like I don't really jump on this Washington is getting ready to explode and jump right back. Nah, I don't feel this. No, not at all. And some of the teams that got busy, like I said, unexpected, don't necessarily feel that. Some of the teams who looked completely crazy last year, like, I don't know why. I'm not thinking it like, oh, I'm planning for big plans and aspirations, but you tell me the Jags come out 2-0 or something, I'm not going to dance around and flip out. You see what I'm saying? I'm okay. There's been some changes. I tell you this. I like the prospect of what this kid from Miami is going to do in Tennessee. Because you know why? There's an attitude shift, not only with the staffing and all the things that have taken place. Oh, no, there's a mentality. And again, the same thing I told you about Cleveland with Shador. And we're going to come back because I know I got a break real quick, Josh. My bad. I know I'm in trouble right now. We're going to get on out so hard.
You're good. You're good.
We're good? Okay. Because the same thing I was saying about Shador and the fact that the veterans feel like this, the guys that are on these defenses and guys that are affected, where their maximum effort is still under the guise of the guy that's under center. No matter how hard they play, this and that, we still got to have solid effort from that guy. Now, when everybody on the squad believes in that guy, you really got to go with that guy a lot of times, especially if that guy is at least reliable with respect to your technical aspects. And by all accounts, Brother Sanders has been lock, stock, and barrel on the material in terms of the classroom. You see, because what most of you who are casual fans and things like this, what you're not realizing is that when he was out there the other night and preseason, okay. But again, the script and the formaic equations are still the same. The algebraic demonstration that is the quarterback in the NFL, that young man was busy. And he was laser sharp, though. Now, again, yes, a little touch here, touch there. That's the art and that's the talent and that's the quarterback thing and that's the nature of each individual. That's the uniqueness of each man. But when it comes to the cerebral aspects, I'm not hearing a lot of criticism there. Matter of fact, I'm not hearing a peep out of Brown camp. So, again, perhaps you will see some of this throughout the league in places that you're not expecting. I don't know, like Minnesota. Y'all got J.J. McCarthy effed up. He's been chilling for a minute. Hearing you tell him he shouldn't be in the NFL. Okay. This is how you treat a national championship quarterback just because you felt like and because Greeny and these boys told you he wasn't that valuable? How is that? Because I certainly remember even way back to the year before when he was pageant waving on the Buckeyes. I'll never forget that image. Why? Because I was getting paid on a money line. Meaning what? I can count on JJ. See, I only make my thing on cats. I can't bet on you. Well, then we'll just go ahead and let the public wet on you. That's all. We're just going to put your name out so they'll know who. It's the fastest $1.20, man. We got to close. It's hour number 1. We moving through, Josh. We're going to get Sandman's coming at 5, man. We got to get into it hour number 2. Thank you, guys. Fluky Luke Friday. I told you that, right? But it didn't turn out that way. I like that. It's interesting. Let's come back.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports. 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Lakes Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, just the usual vibe for this time of the Friday afternoon. Commute, no incidents to pass along. If we're seeing anything we're not, let us know. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Yard. Visit us on Facebook or golfcherrywood.com. That's golfcherrywood.com. Get a tee time by calling 734-856-6669. Cherrywood Golf Course, where 9 is fine if you don't have the time.
Get ready to swing, throw, dine, and unwind with the Dirty Birdie in Monroe. Visit this station site right now for your Dirty Birdie sweet deal. $25 get you $50 to spend. Use the back entrance at the Mall of Monroe. Dirty Birdie Golf. Swings, throws, fun.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
I mean, it's quite a jump from that to 3 weeks from Monday. Go figure out a Brian Flores defense and beat the Vikings in a huge divisional home game on a standalone national TV game. That's a big leap.
Such is life. Such is life, though. Such is life in the NFL. Yeah. Man, get your ass ready to play, man. Listen, if you can't get your team in and out of the huddle, they need to find another quarterback. And sometimes with these reports, I'm sorry I had that visceral reaction. Sometimes with these reports, it drives me crazy. All right? If Caleb Williams can't get the damn Chicago Bears out the huddle, he can't play quarterback in the NFL. He can't play in college. He can't play for the South Baton Rouge Rams in Pee Wee football. That is minimal, right? We talking about this dude performing at a level when the play is actually happening. He got a minute out the huddle last year. They left him out there to drive certain games. We talked about the offensive scheme. He changed coordinators. He played a little bit better. It's Ben Johnson's job to make sure he understands the information. It's also Ben Johnson's job to decipher if he can process the information. And if he can't, you got to move off of him and find another quarterback. Period. We don't need to talk about getting in and out the huddle. Can he get guys lined up? If you can't do that, that's Caleb Williams' fault, and he needs to take his ass and do something else other than play football.
Okay. I mean, it's quite a jump from that to 3 weeks from Monday. Go figure out a Brian Flores.
As we get in here one final time, the perfect bridge to what I said before we left. Black and White Sports, everybody. One last time in hour number one, we tell you it's the fastest $120 in sports because we do it in 60 and 60. So the next 60 coming up here just after 5 p.m. as we get into the Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes around here. You know that traffic jam style. But like I said, thank you, Josh, by the way. I don't know what Josh is going to play. That was cool. Perfect way to get into that on this Fluky Luke Friday. Welcome back in here, everybody. 100.7 FM. That's ESPN here in Toledo, Ohio. Southeast Michigan, Northwest Ohio, also adjacent and collectively vicinity. But there's the point. And why I even come back almost again as a thank you, Josh, because I told you Caleb Williams was Fluky Luke. I came right back from the draft and told you that live, right from the damn thing. I came right back and said, listen, right here, check. Right here, I'm not sure, check, but I'm scared that he might not survive. That's all I said about Daniels. I was never on anything anywhere talking about he can't do or didn't know or I was just worried. I'm seeing this brother, and he's my size live. I'm standing there. He's not bigger than me. This man here. Is he going to start for a zillion million? Damn, I didn't apply myself in life. But that scared me because I don't know how much you'd have to give me to jump out in the NFL situation for fear of one play never walking or doing anything in life again. This is really the concern that you might want to have. And that is that defiance that can happen. Let me tell you, there were collisions where I said, how stupid was this? I've never laid any sort of falsehood on making it clear. The literal dumbest thing I have ever done was take my skinny ass out there on the football field at the college level. So let's go to high-paid professionals. You can get jammed up. That's true. So I was concerned about Jaden Daniels, but hey, worked out pretty well. Okay. Now, there were other guys. There were people. This guy, fortified, stamping. He's cool, because the situation I'm hearing, guys, I'm watching cats talk. I saw our guy, even Q Mitchell from the Rockets. He went and represented. It was clear. I would straight up, you could tell Q was coming for business. Q was not in awe of what it is. It's not about a rocket. I only hit him with the rocket just to see, are you, is it important to you? I think my question revolved around just being a part of a legacy and cracking that NFL code and coming from Bancroft like that and blah, 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 blah. And he said, yeah, absolutely. He was like, because I know there will be more to follow because of this. And the way I'm getting ready to go in here and handle mine, they're going to be looking for cats on Bancroft. You understand me? So even with him, but that punk ass Caleb Williams. Oh, that damn Caleb Barack Obama ass Williams. Chicago was just right. He was a Barack Obama of quarterback, standing up there frivocating and frasculating a bunch of, fiery jargon, sexualized the black community and was able to unfortify the white and shake it up to where everyone was confused. And at the end of the day, we found ourselves in a new land of, wait a minute, who changed all these rules? the Obama plan. That's what they're trying to do in Chicago. But this one, I don't think it's going to play as well. I don't think it's going to work all the way. We're going to see it Sunday. He's coming back Sunday, everyone. Caleb Williams sucks. Swagoo just said it. I didn't say it. Swagoo just made it. Thank you, Josh. That was an impromptu. That was the Josh clip. I didn't know what was coming at me. We'll do that again. We're going to do that again in an hour or two, Josh. Why not? It's a Fluky Luke Friday. Write it on the fly.
Anything goes.
Absolutely. And these Mama Mary's pizzas will be going when we come back. So get in on this. Think it's about time for some $20 to move Friday night. Who doesn't want to cook tonight? Mama Mary's. We'll be back. All right. 5:05 is the time after this NFL update. And we're going to join in with Sandman, see what he has to say. We can come up with something.
The 2025 Little League Classic, live from historic Bowman Field in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Let's go light up the night.
Cal, Raleigh, and the Mariners have broken it open.
We're going to have some fun memories here tonight.
Cal Raleigh and the Seattle Mariners face Juan Soto and the New York Mets.
I was these kids not too long ago, so, it's awesome to be here.
Pregame is at 6 o'clock. First pitch is at 7 o'clock here on Toledo's home for Sunday Night Baseball. 100.7, The Ticket.
The Ohio State football season is fast approaching. Join us along with our broadcast team of Paul Keels and Jim Lachey for our season kickoff show Monday, August 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. We'll run down this year's opponents, hear from others around the Big Ten, including Coach Ryan Day, as we get set for the opener against Texas on August 30th. That's the season kickoff show presented by the American Dairy Association Mideast, Monday, August 18th on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Here on Toledo's home for the Buckeyes, ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford missed practice all week as he continues to deal with an aggravated disc in his back. Stafford has yet to participate in training camp, and head coach Sean McVay says, quote, "We're trying to get our hands around this, and hopefully we'll be in alignment on getting him back out on the field." McVay also adding Stafford will conduct a workout on Saturday. Meantime, Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh announced quarterback Justin Herbert will make his season debut and start Saturday against the Rams. Harbaugh added Khalil Mack and Derwin James are the only two starters not expected to play. Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown has missed several practices with a hamstring injury. Head coach Nick Sirianni saying Brown is, quote, "working through some things, and the goal is to have everybody ready for week 1. And Lions tight end Sam Laporta is expected to miss some time with an undisclosed injury. However, head coach Dan Campbell doesn't consider it major. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Sports, raw, recalibrated, unfiltered. You're listening to Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes.
In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-847-1652. 1-800-847-1652. 1-800-847-1652.
Oh, no mirror.
Black and White Sports.
May 23rd, 2025. Seriously, right now, get the money line at this value. I'm telling you like this. I'm getting in, I'm putting this in play. And I'm trying to help right now take Minnesota to win tomorrow. And then we will come back game 4 and take OKC. I'm telling you right now, seriously.
Timberwolves and Thunder.
The game 4 would be Monday. Or Tuesday. Monday. Bam. Okay, so there it is. Saturday and Monday.
Black and White Sports. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7. The Ticket.
Served in a 10-ounce.
Also there to help you maintain and take care of your jewelry after the sale. Got a loose diamond? They'll set it. Ring too tight or too loose? They'll size it. Broken chain? They'll fix it. Their expert in-house repair team handles it all. From cleaning and polishing to checking worn down prongs before you lose a stone. Because at Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale isn't just a saying, it's a promise.
I don't care. Look at me. What about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? Your opinion of me is not the opinion that I have of myself. You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me. You know what? God established me, so you ain't nothing you can do to me. I've been dealing with this foolishness since Pee Wee football, man. I've been him. I've been a difference maker, a game changer. I've been that guy. So what will change now that I'm coaching? Not a darn thing. I'm not even playing the game, and you got an opinion of me. I'm not even on the field. But I love it, but I don't care. And I wish the world thought like that. Youngsters, if you're out there right now, do not give a darn what opinions people have of you, long as that opinion is not consistent of that of yourself. You be you. I'm not planning to make you feel good about me. I already feel good about me. I'm good.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Absolutely, on this and every day. It's a Fluky Luke Friday, as a matter of fact. 100.7 FM, that's ESPN here in the Glass City. I am Andre of the Savages. Thank you guys for being with us as we get into the second half of it. Before we take off into the weekend, yes, it is hot as hell outside, for real. It's another 1,000 degrees. I got these damn sweatpants on again, y'all. But see, I was moving. Again, Josh, stop laughing and over there shaking your head. I was on the move at 5:20. I was dippy. I was out. I was on the move. And it was chillier at that time, sir. And a series of other stops throughout, here and there. I find myself headed to the Cumulus studios with my situation uncomfortable. Hot as hell. All right, let's go. However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, it's time for the Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes. Over the next 20 plus minutes, we will get into a slew of things, I would imagine, like we always do, until the bottom of the hour. But thank you for the love, my good friends at Mama Mary. So we ask that you guys, as listeners of this, watchers of this, would certainly extend that same kindness to our good friends at Mama Mary's in Holland, Ohio, everyone on Airport Highway. It's Friday. Yay. Nobody's trying to cook. That's just the real gravity of it. So we have the answer, real simple. Just pick up the phone, 419-867-9991. Until later tonight, I believe Frank and the gang are there till at least 10 o'clock. I know for sure. So you got some time here. Get your situation together, right? Eat correctly tonight. No need to get in the kitchen. It's too hot for that. See, even still, let's make some common sense. Well, we got air conditioners that still you overcharging all your circuits. So again, are we all clear? What we need you to do is contact Frank and his wonderful staff at Mama Mary's, because you know it is a unique situation in that it is New York style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. With that, we bring in the Italian stallion around here, the Sandman. As all guests are brought to you by the Bellamere Suites wake-up call line. Quick shift. We love it. They all love each other. Next thing you know, you'll have pizzas in your room at the Bellamere. Watch me in a minute. I'm telling you, you might have Frank and them boys show up with the white coats on. Put your pizza there and cut that boy up for you. And, hey, get you started off. They might, feed it to you guys. Next thing you know, we got a real situation going on. Absolutely. Listen here, people. It is a unified effort around here, Black and White Sports. And again, as I said, let's welcome in my good friend here, Andy Sanzada's here, everyone. He's in Cleveland right now. He always is, typically. And, you know, a lot's going on there, of course. There's been a lot of talk from that place. But, Andy, I guess today, let's give you an opportunity. Maybe you found fun in this. I'm trying to really find the validity in this. Apparently, punishment came down from the NCAA on the Wolverines. I see the paper. I've been reading it. I wrote a bunch of stuff in this. I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened here. You know,
it's a joke. I mean, it really is. You know, I heard a rumor that it was going to be so severe that they were looking at a postseason ban and they were vacating the national championship of 2023. And you know, they were really going to send a message to Michigan. Right. Well, they sent a message to their wallets by fining them $20 million. And that's about it. You know, Harbaugh is never going to come around again.
Exactly.
Stallions is never going to come around again. I mean, those two punishments in and of themselves are just jokes. I really felt like I would have been – I didn't expect them to have to vacate the national championship, okay? I was not – even though I'm a diehard Buckeyes fan and it would have been ha, 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 all that, I didn't expect that to be part of it. I did expect them to have a postseason ban. Maybe not 5 years, but
Right.
1 or 2. I thought that needed to happen. I really felt like that's the only way to, like, send the message. Like,
Yeah.
you know, this whole new 12-team format – guess what? You can't do that for 2 years. You know, $20 million to a school like Michigan is like $10 to you and me.
Right. No, I got you. That's what I was saying. I'm like couple extra dollars here and there. I'm like, what is this? Even though I'm cool. Like, if there's really was no ramifications or repercussions, then okay.
Okay, so you found that they did what they did, right? So they're guilty of it.
Yeah.
So all the evidence is there. I just don't understand the justification of the punishment. I just think that they should have been harsher. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Buckeyes fan. I'm saying that because of what they did. Sign stealing, videotape, you know, whatever it is, cheating is what it is.
Right.
And it shouldn't be tolerated, period. I don't care if it's Michigan. I don't care if it's Florida State. I don't care if it's Miami. It doesn't matter who it is. A punishment needs to happen in the results in terms of a postseason ban. That did not happen. That's what I'm upset about. I knew they weren't going to have to vacate the national championship. That was a fantasy, if you will, as a Buckeye fan.
Yeah.
But they should have been punished in terms of being banned from the postseason for the next 2 to 3 years. 5 might have been a little much, but 2 to 3 I thought would have been, hey, this is the message we're sending to the rest of you out there that are thinking about possibly doing this. Here's your message. Now the message is we're going to slap you on the wrist and fine you. And most of the schools that might consider doing this anyways, that's not that big of a fine.
Yeah, that's where I was going to take the baton anyway, because you walked me right there, because that is the actual message. Again, now the people want to believe. We do this all the time around here. You want to believe things that aren't true. See, the truth is the agenda and the Big Ten win or whatever it was to get Michigan into this position where Harbaugh finally got done what he needed to get done, even with the falling short in years past, just all of it. I'm saying this, Andy, I'm looking at it collectively. And I was talking about this on Denny's show as we did the crossover rather. And I'm telling him, like, there was only we will project some kind of policing so that the record can show that something happened or this was the response to the infractions. But the damage, whatever it was, or whatever you wanted to curtail in terms of the cheating, no, the cheating exists. Whatever cost has to be paid in order to get to the exalted space of the title spot, et cetera, and all that goes with that. I felt like that was, again, executed, and they knew that on the back end, one day we're going to have to tell a tale that sounds like, again, we are in some sort of control. We're here for fair policing, and the whole platform, again, is equal to all involved. And now you guys get these abrupt alerts in real life and in real time that no, that's not the game we're playing, Andy. See, that's the thing. And like you said, it would have been a great opportunity if, in fact, you were actually trying to, again, lay down, establish, or certainly create some form of governorship over, again, something that has not really been governized the whole time. Just like all this that we have now, this is not even new. It's just the involvement of the public now. But again, things like this and Michigan getting that title, and there was no need to take that. Michigan needed to have that title because all of what they represent in college football has never quite really been as ironclad as it should have been, because that 97, come on now, Wolverine heads. We can't really roll with that 97 like that. Or if you are, see, you're one of these out of orders. You're a LeBron-y. See, that's LeBron-y stuff there. When you run around like acting like, yeah, because that really wasn't
national championship.
So you understand what I'm saying? And you have to have the way that they sell Michigan and that the way we build them in the pantheon and in the folklore of college football. And again, now we're losing a grip on that. Obviously, clearly here, we've rewritten everything. We've come up with an amateur system now, a farm system of football in essence, okay, but highly glamorized. That's your tournament, everybody. But I agree. If you were really trying to penalize or set an example, set a tone, create an atmosphere where we respected the rules, Michigan probably will be sitting out for a minute because that's going to sting. Anybody who's not in this tournament for at least the first 5 years of the foreseeable future, because it's going to be white hot electricity on these 12. And if we get to a 16 or whatever the hell we're doing, that's the marquee banner. And college football was very intent, and they had every intention of getting here. We are here now. So please, people, don't. I told him on Denny's show again, I said, don't complain about the rig. Andy, I told you, the objective is to get out in front of the rig.
The other thing is, the whole Sharon Moore's suspended for an extra game, and it's the first game of next year.
Nonsense.
Like, if you wanted to make that valid as a suspension, how about he can't coach against Ohio State or Penn State or Michigan State or a rivalry? Like a game that actually meant, who are they playing? Grambling next year in the first game? I don't know. But that's my point. It's like, it doesn't even matter. Like, why did you even have to put that in there? Okay, Sharon Moore is the current coach of Michigan. He can't go to athletic events. What the frickin' do? Right? Like, come on. This is a joke. The NCAA is a joke. It always has been. And until they actually grow a pair of nuts and lay down a real law, it always will be.
Absolutely, man. It's the fastest buck 20 in sports, everybody. Sad man is in here today, man. The Wolverines were out of order. We know it. We don't care, though. The fans, it's all good because the title is legit now, right? So there you have it. But we will come back, all right? We got more to do. Andy, we freestyling, right? It's the Fluky Luke Friday. And Josh is going to hit us with a clip. So be ready when we come back off the break. I went crazy on the doggone Caleb Williams. Oh, and I have a share, everybody, on Caleb Williams. Let me be fair and not playing, all right? I got to read this when we come back based on how I was doing the doggone slit his wrist a moment ago. All right, sit tight. It's Black and White.
When the game ends, the real talk begins. Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Products are compounded drug products which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
I do believe if we're not being looked at, then I'll do my part to get us looked at. The Cowboys are a soap opera 365 days. When it gets slow, I'll start. Please take your seats. And so it's wonderful to have the great athletes, have the great players, but there's something more there. There's sizzle, there's emotion, and if you will, there's controversy. That controversy is good stuff in terms of keeping and having people's attention.
Sizzle, emotion, and controversy. Those comments from Jerry were just the latest that have Cowboys fans a little fired up. And yesterday, we had on a huge Cowboy fan, Denzel Washington, on the show, and he had some pretty strong words for the Dallas owner. Take a listen.
There's box office, and there's Oscars. Jerry, been a while, huh? You ain't been to the show, you wouldn't know. Ooh. Wouldn't been to the show, you wouldn't know. Uh-oh. Haven't been to the show, so you wouldn't know what it is to win. And what does it say down the bottom of the movie? What? Or does it say it on the one sheet? What does it say? All money ain't good money, Jerry. Say it again. All money ain't good money, Jerry.
I mean, all money ain't good money. Talk about a good line.
Welcome back, everyone. It is a Fluky Luke Friday. Yes. Well done, Josh Burnham. Thank you very much. As we get back in here, Andre of the Savages, Andy Sanzada in here alongside with me. I'm going to really I might let Andy go ahead and talk to this one. I've said so much over the last week or better. What's happening too, just so everyone can be aware here, what's going on. So Josh is playing clips, things that happened this week already. And Andy, you might have been here for some of you may not.
Yeah, I was here for that one. Mm-hmm.
We had one. He got me before, I guess the end of the hour, he hit me with the Caleb Williams, and Swagoo went in about, listen, man, if this guy is not cerebrally capable of delivering on the situation, then get his ass up out of there and get your ass to the nearest corner store and go do something else or do a podcast, right? That was kind of how they hit. Now, we'll see Sunday, see what it is. Let me share, by the way, as a sidebar, I'm going to share this. I got to read something, too, that I got from Ski. And Ski says he didn't send it. He wasn't listening to the show, so it was crazy that we had the cosmic synergy for him to have it while I was talking about his boy. But what you heard there is, again, as we get into late here, getting ready to cross the bottom of the hour here in hour number 2, Black and White Sports, during these Mama Mary's Mozzarella Minutes. Thank you, Mama Mary's Pizza. All right. 419-867-9991. It is a Friday, so who wants to cook? Nobody. Call there. Thank you. That's what that was. So we're going to deal with the Jerry. Matter of fact, I will let you, because there's a few problems with that one for me. It's not really the Jerry in that clip, and part of why we put it on here was Denzel. And for me, that specific moment was embarrassing, like for me and for Denzel. I didn't think that there would ever be a time in life where, in an effort to come off as cool as, say, Alonzo from Training Day was, or even Malcolm X Denzel, or hell, how about Hurricane or somebody, even the Equalizer guy. But instead, he came off as a complete buffoon because, again, misguided directive on where the argument is, the statement that you're trying to make, that basically we're all supposed to be feeling, and Spike Lee's cosign from the mascot section of the arena, and then Stephen A. from the Johnson Rider, because I'm the hot man, I finally got a space, and now I'm credible in the world, and you two would have never spoken to me if I never gotten my black ass on TV. So now that I'm on here and I'm the $1 million man, I get to sit with Spike and Denzel and act homies. Listen, man, Denzel, Samuel Jack, Charles, all these guys, cut it out, man. I think it's a bad sell to people. I feel like if we were cool, then let's be cool. But a lot of times I have a problem with some of that when we're like, but that's a different topic, Andy. But at the end of the day, that was rough watching that and what Phil was trying to do and indict Jerry Jones. But real quick, before you take off on, let me read this for Josh and everybody else. This is about Caleb Williams. Ski sent this, and I don't know what we're supposed to do with this. From X, Caleb Williams is reportedly picking apart the Bills defense. So I guess maybe they're working out before they actually play on Sunday in the game. And let's see. Allen, 3 picks against Bears D2, right? I don't know why Ski let me get that info because he was just Josh Allen and so crazy yesterday. So you mean this fool is out here in camp looking garbage? Okay, that's great.
The joke.
Yeah. Caleb Williams just delivered a perfectly placed deep ball right in the corner of the end zone to Luther Burden. Not to be mistaken for Luther Vandross. Looked to be about 45 yards. Great coverage, but even better throw and catch. Let's see. TD to Rome 2. And today's practice, Bears versus Bills. Josh Allen, 3 picks. Caleb Williams, none. Context, Bears without top 2 DBs. Caleb Williams threw more TDs also. Really?
No.
Now, let this fool come out here Sunday, and Andy, he won't come on. He won't. And if he comes on, Ski will never come back on this again. If Sunday, this clown, because I just already went through the whole thing. I sniffed it out at the draft, at the podium. I'm looking at your eyes. I'm seeing. That's what people don't understand. That's the whole reason. Do you all realize I did not watch North Carolina football like that last year, if at all? And I'm running around here, put my own name on the line with Drake May. Do you know why, Andy? And I'm serious question. In case I didn't say it, maybe you don't know. Josh perhaps probably doesn't know because Josh doesn't really listen to me. And when we're doing the show, or I found that out the hard way. But I'm saying, so I don't know if he pays attention or not. But Drake May, do you know why I said what I said about Drake May before he ever took a snap at a practice, let alone a mini camp, OTA, any of that? You know why?
Because of how he handled himself during the draft process.
Well, not only, but even go a little further. But when he spoke again, for me, I knew once he described his story and the situation, and that for me.
Oh, with the constant competition amongst his brothers and all that. Yeah,
I'm not soft.
Yeah.
And I can't whine and punk out. You know how you are when you're a little boy and sometimes you get to crying and whining. Nah, you're not doing that in the May house. We've been doing this for the annals of time here. We've been doing this So the baby boy, he's endured. He's endured. It's right there. That is the sole reason I said, oh, no, this is the youngest of 5. This boy ain't playing. He might have got some food. He may not have got no food. I don't know how the Mays did. I don't know if the Mays were affluent, if they had a nice life or whatever. I don't know. Maybe, they had plenty of food. But if it was a family that didn't have much food and you the baby boy or several brothers like that, and these are big boys. Drake May ain't he's not no Slim Jim. Drake May is solid. That's another thing about that. Drake May is not going to be an easy hit like that and just going to the ground. Oh, no. Man, buckle up. I was saying, Andy, my whole thing, I don't want to take off. We'll do a Drake May another time, but I'm telling you, I was talking about teams that were bad that are going to be in the front this year, and people that were in the front will be in the back. But, hey, you go ahead as we get back in here, man, during these Mama Marys. Thank you for all of the love and support, man, wrapping up our Mama Marys Mozzarella Minutes, crossing the bottom of the hour here in hour number 2. But, yeah, Sam, man, that was that. Perhaps you want to have a word. Josh put the surprise clip. We heard the Jerry Jones and then the Denzel Washington. Jerry, you ain't been to the show in a while. Okay, you would know. I do know. I got 3 of these things that I'm responsible for.
Yeah, I mean, when actors and comedians or whoever else, celebrities make comments like that, I think I said this on Wednesday. Jerry Jones doesn't give a crap. He really doesn't. He's not going to listen to it, and even if he hears it, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. Like that's just he doesn't operate that way. And that's why people like Stephen A. and Swagoo or whoever else are so critical of him, because they don't understand that the way that he operates is the reason he's been so successful throughout his career as the owner and general manager. Has he had recent success? Not really, but you can't take away 3 Super Bowls. You can't take away a dynasty in the 90s. You can't take away the coaches that he's hired. You can't take away the players he's signed or traded for or drafted. Like that, it's all about what have you done for me lately, right? Jerry Jones is old school, and you know this because you've met him, Sav. He doesn't operate on what you think he should do. He operates on what he wants to do. And that upsets too many people.
And right there. Let me jump right there too, because that's the problem. This is what we're having where the issue is, by and large, these guys calling into question his mode, because again, the Dallas Cowboys losing, the truth of the matter is people are lacking heart on the field.
Yeah, that's not
Jerry has put together excessively talented teams.
Yep.
Hall of Fame guys, supernatural people, all this other stuff, man. But if guys are not hungry, and again, as we have understood, most of the experience and being a part of that organization is not one of anything that is lacking to make it, I guess, a more abrasive and rigid environment. It's more like a country club, as we hear. So I don't know how that plays in, but at the end of the day, when the rubber has met the road and it's been time for the Cowboys to perform, when the white hot light of all the eyes of every other team in the league and everybody who's a casual fan and just the general populace were focused on this night, this event, they have not performed in the winner's circle, and that or getting themselves into the winner's circle. We haven't seen that. There hasn't been any recollection of this over a generation and beyond. And okay, but that doesn't change the fact that has nothing to do with this, because people are arguing that you see, once again, now here's what I thought was funny, and I got to sidestep real quick just to make the point. Caleb Williams. Now we really understand right now, I got Swagoo just going off clowning him, basically assuring us and stamping the fact that he is almost getting ready to be a bum. If he doesn't get this together here, especially in this first month, we're going to be able to classify this guy as a bum. Now, weren't all these same damn experts that's battling for Micah Parsons as being an agent for Micah Parsons the same guys that said Caleb Williams is what you better do, or else the Bears are making a mistake and it's all this other stuff? Now, I hope it pans out, and in 10 years, like, oh, man, he really turned the corner after that second year. But until then, right now, it looks like hogwash. But all those guys, and they're telling this man, you should pay this guy because without him, you can't be successful, when with him, we still can't be successful. That's what Jerry's thinking. I just got done saying this in the barbershop. Shout out to my man, Anthony Butler, the master barber. I was just in there. A gentleman had brought it up. We were conversating, and he had, God bless him, you know what I'm saying? He's put that same argument out there. This is what Jerry does. You know, he'll get signed. He's just playing games. He like to market and do it all. Man, hell no. He looked at the film, and for the last 4 years, teams have been running at you and running your ass over.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going home. We're getting beat. And you want more money. And again, you not only are not delivering in games that matter for me. This is what I'm trying to tell people. This is me. Why I'm telling you, if you against him, and I actually stopped by Ant Henderson's camp, man. Shout out to Ant Henderson again, man. Lovely camp this week, man. Proud of you, young dog. Thank you for that, young king. But again, I'm talking to his dad and another gentleman. We at the side, just going off about things. And I said that I'm like, if you with Micah Parsons, I let them know before we start talking. I want y'all to not like me. I'm gonna go ahead and leave or whatever y'all need, but I'm not with you. If you're with Micah Parsons, you're wrong. If you're standing with him, you don't get it. And what I'm back to the barbershop. Then I'm telling this brother, I'm like, no, man, what Mr. Jones is saying, for a change, I'm actually not going to do what I've been doing. I'm not paying people with no results. And see, the results that I had with this man were lackluster, subpar, and inept. Okay. And not only that, he was gone for 6 games. So he actually owes me money right now. Okay. Now, I offered this clown a commensurate package that was well worth value and everything, and I wanted to treat him like a son. So if it does matter to me personally, it was because perhaps I was trying to bond with the young man, perhaps trying to see if there was any way I could reach him so that he could take over our ball club and be a fortified leader, one that is exemplary on the field, not just with his mouth,
Right.
See, this is a guy that's in the front because he just talks. See, that's the difference with Michael Parsons. Then when they say the Emmitt Smith bull crap, that's an insult. Emmitt Smith went and took us to the next level of a playoff with one arm. And I told him, Andy, it was for two reasons. A, Emmitt Smith, I'm coming off a Super Bowl, and I'm the actual anchor of the triplets.
Mm-hmm.
Michael and Troy is not doing none of these things that got done because you have to respect Double Deuce. Every snap, he might get it. Okay? Yeah, you're going to have to pay me when we 0-2. That is not this. This is a doggone Danskin man. We have them. Today is the new day of man is Danskin man. It's not the time of World War II, all of that. My granddaddy's them. That is gone.
Mm-hmm.
We are locked in a world of Rocky training at the hotel with the bubbles and the yellow pants. This is not the one with the gray sweats, with the torn sweatshirt, with the cut by the collar. That ain't this. But that's what we're lacking. And we want to pretend Micah Parsons is one of these guys.
You are a loser.
No, he's not. He's not Clubber Lang or none of that. He's the Adonis Creed. That's it. He's Adonis Creed. Come on. Y'all know what it is. That's Michael Parsons. He's Adonis Creed. There's no Clubber Lang there. There's no Clubber Lang there. This is Adonis Creed.
Look, I'll just put it, you've heard me say this before. You want Myles Garrett money, you have to play like Myles Garrett, right?
And
Myles Garrett,
and they said that in the barbershop too. I asked everybody that, and that's when it got quiet. Everybody
Myles
looked around
Garrett,
like, damn.
Myles Garrett has been in Jalen Hurts' this entire week of practice. And they don't have an answer for him in Philly. They haven't been able to block him all week in practice, in the scrimmages and all that. Now, they're not playing, obviously, on Saturday.
Not. But we've been practicing, though. We out here getting this work in, first teams.
If the defending Super Bowl champion quarterback and MVP is on his ass because of Myles Garrett's earning his paycheck. Micah Parsons has done nothing to earn that kind of paycheck. That's my point, and I'll stand on that.
They're going to argue, but see, they're going to throw the sack numbers at you. But again, we got to look at the results of, again, the Browns haven't had as many opportunities.
But how many times are they double teaming Micah Parsons? How many times are they scheming against Micah Parsons? They're not, because they're not afraid of him the way that teams are afraid of Myles Garrett.
Or Watt. Put Watt in there too, because we holding Watt.
Yep.
We better talk like the same about Watt. Those guys, pay those men. Absolutely pay those men. You see what I'm saying? So this other thing, this is foolishness. And people who don't understand it, that's what Mr. Jones is saying, man. You guys don't want to hear that, but I'm sorry. That's really the point. Him and his staff, the people have looked at these films, these coaches, they see this. We just can't make you the highest paid player that's the non-quarterback. That's all Jerry has probably ever said. And you guys got to understand that.
Micah's always also said, he came out and said he wants a trade, right? So
and
now
that's what I've been going off about. You said I want out.
Yeah, whatever possible relationship Jerry wanted to have, when you say that line specifically, that is an insult to Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones won't stand for that.
We'll be back. It's the fastest buck 20.
Want wagers that win? Weekdays will walk you to the window. Tune into Best Bets on Black and White Sports, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
This hour is brought to you by Dunn Chevy. Not everyone knows, but Chevy has it all. We have the largest line of SUVs. Our pickups cover all the bases, and the hottest sports car on the planet, the C8 Corvette. Find yours at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
for the first 2025.
For the past 2 decades, KNR has proudly supported Ohio families and stood by them in their moments of need. When life takes an unexpected turn, there's one thing that's remained the same. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
Over at 11 in the morning, and you went outside, and there was the sun. You saw the sun. And we all went back to the Philippine Village Hotel, and we had an orgy for 2 days. Never screwed so many women in my life in one short period of time. Excuse me. That's how I remember the Thriller in Manila.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
No doubt, one final time. Let's get out of here. Final frame, if you will. Fluky Luke Friday, it has been. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for this 2-hour window. We do this every day, Monday through Friday, okay, 4 to 6 p.m. So thank you if you just found us, and hopefully you will come back. I understand, though. It's kind of wild. You're like, wow, is it really happening? Yes. And the concluder, Andy, might be well worth it. Oh, man. But, yeah, sorry about the whole Jerry Jones thing, everybody, again. But I didn't know what the clip would be. Josh hit me with a surprise in the clip, and we had to go with it. But again, just remember Denzel Washington. We finally saw. I never even thought about it, and the fact that everybody has to age, and I really saw Denzel in a totally different light, and
he looked
was
old.
embarrassed for Cowboy fans. No, because these are the people who get to represent in front of the people. But nonetheless, okay. With that, Andy, let me do this before we get out of here today. Oh, also quickly too, let me mention this, everybody. It is Friday. I've been talking about pizzas and everything else, so forth, and we're going to do that too. But here's the double whammy. First thing I need you to know and be aware of, because you missed the tasting last night. They do them every Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. at Joseph's Beverage Center. But you should be advised, for my wine enthusiasts, that if you purchase a group of 6 bottles of wine, whatever brands or what have you, and elevated levels of pricing, right? 10% off that entire group when you mention Black and White Sports or Love My 419. And I guess in theory, because Mr. Joseph has seen it and is always observing my apparel and things like that, I would imagine he'll recognize Savvy Television too. He'll probably know. So, I mean, I didn't want to confuse you and hit you with but go with the triple play. Just say it all. Just let him know it's a real serious situation. And I'm just trying to be like him one day. That's all it is. Say that too. Say he always tells us he's trying to be just like you. He'll grin. Make sure you get that part in there. All right. Okay. So before we get out of here, yes, Mama Mary's would like you to know that there's $20 on the line right here. So we got to do it quick. There'll be no real goofiness and no fluky Luke-ness to it. Text us, Caleb Williams sucks. The 5th person to do that in the next 10 minutes or so, because we only got about 8 minutes before we get out of here. So hurry up and do it before we get gone. All right. Josh will hit you up after we get the number in there and everything else, your email, all your info. We'll get that probably when we get off the air if need be. But you have from now until the end of the show. Text us at 877-909-1007. Caleb Williams sucks. Watch him go out here Sunday and explode. He better, though, because, again, it's all bad. It's all bad. They changed the people. We rearranged the thing. You've been studying. You're supposed to be ready. We had plenty of time to rehearse. Don't get out here on this stage and poop. Again, even in the preseason, you got to think, man, the whole thing is about, are you grasping the material? That's why I brought up Shador, Andy, because the one thing that was clear and one thing I haven't heard a peep out of Brown camp about is Shador being lackluster in his doggone classroom.
Yeah.
And being underprepared. Miss me, man. Whatever you want to talk about.
That's not his style. He loves the game of football. He's passionate about the game of football. And he's going to do everything he can to make sure he's on that field, including memorizing the playbook.
Man, so, but good luck, Caleb Williams. Hey, I just told him, like I said, I had my whole little spiel on that. But let's get out of here on this, Andy. I definitely wanted to do this with you, this AP situation, man, because I know you've been volatile, you've been amped up. Not just you, a couple of people. I mean, Ski had a little bit of fire for it, but I know you're salty about what you deem as true disrespect of the Buckeyes as a national champ. Now, even though I'm saying this, I'm not telling you it's the exact reason why, but I guess if perhaps we're not aware of the effect maybe that they're projecting with respect to the enormous turnover throughout the entire, you know what I'm saying, organization here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say it's all bad, but it is noteworthy. You see what I'm saying? And so perhaps there's speculation that way. I don't know, but I get you because I know you fired up. You didn't like just Alabama. You don't like the Penn State. So go ahead, man. It's your world. I know.
That's the only issue I have. You know, you can't put a team that we have dominated over the last 7 years ahead of us just because on paper they look better or they stole our defensive coordinator, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't do that. So I think Penn State's too high. I think they should be 4th or 5th. You know, looking at that. Notre Dame, the defending runner-ups at 6. You know, I think that's okay there. Oregon at 7, Alabama at 8. Arizona State. Arizona State might be too high.
Hold on 1 second. Quick question though, because I'm looking at it like you, and as I stare at it, what are your thoughts with what I might categorize as the sudden or just out of the abyss insert of Clemson though here top 5 like this? And in terms of what type of prerequisite information or data that we receive that would help us project this. See, this is why I'm saying this, because they must be seeing something. Somebody is knowing something, and perhaps we all are too attached to last year's finales. And maybe that's it, because what if these rankings are more accurate than the people really want to believe? That's all I'm just saying, because I would be more interested in how Clemson is again pinpointed. I know the Penn State feels fluky, Luke. That just because for all intents and purposes, they've been good for quite some time. I don't feel like I should be concerned about them in a game where all the marbles are on the table. But what do you make of that Clemson, Andy?
Well, I mean, their quarterback is the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy, so that's why they're there. I think he's, more of a favorite than Arch Manning. Arch Manning is the favorite to be the top pick, but Kublik is the favorite to be to win the Heisman Trophy. So I think a lot of that falls under that category. But look at some of these other ones. Illinois at 12. What have they done to be at 12? Like, if you want to put them in the top 25, I get it. But what did they do to go all the way up to 12? Because they won 10 games last year. So you're going to put them in at 12?
This is what I might say, my friend. In winning those 10, and again, I bring this a lot of times. I'm going to do this, and I have to figure out a way to say this to you guys to kind of cut to the chase on it whenever I do. But because I have had several situations where I had to bet on the Illini, I would say they're fairly trustworthy in that regard, Andy. And so perhaps I'm thinking that some of this is involved because these ATS considerations with a lot of these teams. How reliable are they in terms of the deliverables here that we're focused on? And maybe Illinois is a sneaker in that regard because of the 10. Now we're back with more confidence. Who knows what we signed in terms of the talent? See, that's the one wild card for me. No matter who we're talking about, no matter what league, what part of the country, I don't know. With all this jostling and this moving that's happening, we don't know what kind of talent's going to arise in places that you never really foresaw that on any level. You see what I'm saying?
The defending national champions don't even know who their quarterback is yet.
See, so that's what I'm saying. So don't necessarily be as sensitive, Andy, when they're not giving you what you think. Yes, the Ohio State University should be certainly regarded in a much different sort of tenor entering a new campaign, especially one coming off the crowning. Absolutely. But then again, when we think about their year last year, when again we thought for the better part of the entire campaign that this was the dominant force, and then we had questions in times where we really shouldn't have had it. Now they were able to regroup, if you want to credit those individuals involved with that. But see, sometimes that becomes a magical space is what I'm getting at, Buckeye heads, right here. And we don't know what this new collection is really offering And really, conceptually, are they going to really get the weight and the gravity of the position that they're in? Because I don't know how much Ohio recruiting is in this. I don't know. Until I know that, that will give me a better gauge. If you got a lot of homegrown, I like the Buckeyes better than a lot of these missionaries from around the nation that's here to play Hollywood and do whatever we can, sort of soak out of the university. But I mean, again, I know that's the name of the game, everybody. But I'm speaking in, again, that old school talk, man, and that guys.
I think that's why people have issue with Ohio State at 3, because they have a lot of unquestioned, answers that need questions that need answers.
Exactly.
Who's the quarterback? Who's the stud on defense? Who's going to be, the other guy on the other side of Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith? That type of thing. So I get all that, but put Clemson at 2, put Georgia at 2. You can't put a team that we've dominated ahead of us. You just can't do that. And that's my biggest
mistake. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. Like, come on, man. That's not. I don't like that. I don't understand. But again,
it's not about them being. It's not about Ohio State being number 2. It's about Ohio State being ahead of Penn State.
I got
Penn State happens to be number 2. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not mad, and I don't necessarily disagree with you. But then I say to you, so I caution and say, okay, maybe someone's knowing something about what he's doing with this roster, because they're claiming now. Now, again, because I've heard this before, too, these Penn State rosters that's supposed to have been assembled in previous times. But here we are with this again.
Who's the head coach?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. And so for me, as long as it's that, I'm cool on the ranking. You can have it. Tell me whatever you want to tell me until it's time for a game to count for something. All right. Before we jump out of here, though, let me do this on this Friday. A couple of quick notes. There's not a lot going on everywhere except for the W tonight, but it's 4 nice strong games, 2 in the W tonight. Obviously, the NFL deal, we got a double bubble here on the preseason situation. Lions tomorrow night, and then you got locally all 3 teams in action tonight. So, Andy, we'll try to do this because I don't really have it. Let me see what you think. Just money line this and tell me what you guys think. Tennessee at Atlanta. I know it's preseason. I might tell you, though, the odds makers are more accurate in these situations because there's not a lot of fluff to mess with, and guys are playing really hard trying to get jobs. But 3.5 is the line. I just want a money line, Tennessee or Atlanta. Tennessee wins this game. And like I said, don't overthink it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you. And the fact that they lost the last game coming off of Cam Ward's first game, I think that they're probably going to win tonight. So I would go with that too.
KC at Seattle too. I like Seattle will probably win this game too. None of the Chiefs will be playing or any of that. I don't think they'll win the game. Let me see. Let me go. WNBA, something serious though. We're getting to playoff time. Let's deal with the ladies here. LSC Sparks at Dallas tonight. I like Dallas to cover this. Sparks should still win. They're playing very well. One of the better teams have surged from the break. It's been wild, but Dallas still has a little pride here. I think they will play hard. Agumba Wale should be in the lineup tonight and Beckers, so that will make the game a little bit more even. I like Dallas to cover the 5 there. Golden State at Chicago. Again, take Golden State, just a better team. I can't even mess with it. If Angel Reese is playing, then I like them better. If she's not, then I'm totally staying away from Chicago moving forward. Indiana's hosting Washington tonight. This is a good number on Washington's money line. This could be a spot to catch Indiana slipping. This 8.5, I don't like it. They probably won't cover that. But again, they still should win. And last but not least, Vegas at Phoenix. I like Vegas tonight to cover. Phoenix will probably still beat them. I don't know if they'll cover against Vegas because they've been playing well as well. Also, Andy, real quick, let's get out of here. Milwaukee at Cincinnati tonight in the MLB. Big series for a lot of reasons I explained earlier. Who you like tonight, money line?
I think Milwaukee ties their franchise record with 13 in a row.
Let's roll out on that one then, everybody. If you got that, thank you. For Andy Sanzada, for Josh Burnham, I am Andre of the Savages. Hey, you guys, enjoy your weekend, man. Please be nice, be kind, be respectful. Never cheat on your wife. And by all means, handle your business today. Brock Purdy, though, make sure we know where we're at, though, before Monday. See you then.
Where we're at now, it can't be what is the end going to look like. It has to be we have to take care of business today and then tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
His store and more, the Man Superstore.